a.k.a. Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People that can put the ball on the floor. But when it comes to just having a textbook game, man, sound game about you where like you don't have to do too much to get to your spots, those are the players that I had to study because I knew, man, I was still trying to learn how to get my handles right, you know? So, I mean, players definitely players like Kawhi and Klay Thompson, man, where it's just like they still getting buckets without having to do too much, you know what I mean? So I feel what you're saying, man.
They let the game come to them.
Them, yeah.
That is my favorite way to play basketball is, I mean, we've played several times together. I'm not someone that likes to go between the legs, up and under. I like to find the open spot and, you know, you perfect that jump shot and, hey, if you're open, you're going to snipe it. So that's why we kind of have that same lineup. I love those kind of guys. And like I said, my problem with Kawhi was always the fact that he's not playing every single night. And here's the thing. I think the NBA season should be shortened. I think it should start on Christmas Day. It gives more viewers because now they're not competing with the NFL and college football because those are always going to be king no matter what. So if you start that on Christmas, it's going to bring not only more eyes to the game, but it's going to let these players have to play more. And so that's actually a perfect segue into the new NBA playoff format. So to remind everybody, 22 teams, we've talked about this last week, but basically the way the format is laid out from here on forward, the regular season is going to matter more than ever because if you're not one of those 22 top teams, you don't get to make the playoffs. There's no, hey, I can hang around the 8th seed, win the last 5 games and sneak in. You know, so I like the fact that this new format is going to make the regular season matter. And I think if they shorten the regular season, that might make the NBA a lot more exciting because you're going to get a lot of stars like Kawhi Leonard now playing every night because they have to.
Yeah.
So, kind of what do you think? What are your thoughts on the NBA playoff format? Do you like the 22-team format? Do you like the fact that, you know, it's 13 West teams as opposed to it's not even East and West? Do you like the fact that they just took the 22 teams that are the top teams or that even have a chance to make it into the playoffs?
Yeah, I really haven't looked too much into that, I'm going to be honest. But the thing is I'm liking – I got my couple. I already got who I'm picking to win. So none of that really matters to me. I'm going to be honest. I haven't really looked into it much. But, hey, man, I feel like at the end of the day it's going to be about who wants it. And it's going to be it, man. Some people don't even get a chance. So some people won't even have a chance to come back, make a strong comeback because of the they cutting it off, right? So what's the cutoff? Is it at what? So what's the cutoff to be in the playoffs?
So basically, what they did was they brought 22 teams. They're bringing 22 teams to Orlando. If you have even a 1% chance to make the playoffs, you're coming to Orlando. So that way they give every team that had a shot. They're giving them their shot. What I like about that is that we're not dragging a bunch of dead weight. I don't need to go see the Indiana Pacers try and fight for the 12th seed for the rest of the year. I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, just bring the teams that have a chance. And the way it works is it's kind of like college basketball, man. The 8th and 9th seeds, if they're within a few games of each other, they're going to go head-to-head before they even make the playoffs. So they're bringing that exciting element back into basketball that I think we've missed. I mean, even back in, like, Jordan's day and before that, they had 5-game series, not 7. So even just, so it was more exciting back then because it was shorter. You didn't have a whole lot of time to come back. And I think that basketball really needs that right now. They need the energy. They need the excitement. They need the college basketball feel of, hey, you've got to fight and claw your way in. This isn't just going to be, hey, we coasted through the regular season. Now we made it. And, so I like the format pretty well. They've tried to add some new rules. And we talked about this last week. I think they're doing away with a lot of the dumb rules that they brought up. They were going to do an extra coaches challenge and add an extra foul to another player. They were going to let the home team pick whatever hotel they wanted. So there's been a bunch of weird things floating around. But the way they nailed it down is it looks like the 22-team format is going to rock and roll starting July 31st. So as NBA fans, I know we are, and basketball fans, I couldn't be more excited to really finish out this season. So you said you already know who you think you're going to pick for the championship. So who do you have and why?
I don't know, you know what I mean? I don't know how many people are going to agree with me on this, but I don't really care, man. I'm going to go with the Clippers.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Clippers, LA Clippers, man. I got to go with them. And I think you already know why, too. So,
well, you got the claw down at the Clippers. Mantis
you got
last
the claw.
week. Yeah, you got the claw. You had Mantis last week. He picked Miami just because the Florida was opened up longer than anybody else. So he swears Miami's going to sneak into the championship. Those of you who all know, if you didn't listen to my LeBron James versus Michael Jordan episode, I'm picking LeBron. I can't pick against LeBron if he has a good team around him. So I'm gonna go Lakers here. So it's going to be fun. I think if the Lakers and Clippers can meet up in a championship in this new format, that's the way it might end up, I think it will be one of the most viewed championship series in NBA history.
Yeah, man, I agree on that, man. But so my question is, you think LA going to be able to see the Clippers going to be able to see you think that's going to be able to happen?
So
you think that can happen?
Here's the deal. I think the Lakers definitely, because of being the 1 seed, have a lot easier road to the championship. So I have no doubt in my mind the Lakers are going to be able to stay in that championship spot. The Clippers are going to have a tough road, and so I'm not picking the Clippers to go up. A lot of people are picking them out first round. I think that's dumb. I think Kawhi and Paul George are good enough to get them deep into the second round, maybe a third round. But the way their bracket is set up, they really are going to get pounded by a lot of pretty decent teams. OKC is not a pushover, and a lot of people are throwing them aside. So you're going to have to go up against OKC, and then I don't know where it goes from there, but I think OKC is going to be potentially their first matchup as long as the rest of the season plays out how it is.
Nuggets.
So you got the Nuggets in that bracket.
The Rockets.
And see, the Rockets are one of those teams where you just never know. You never know what Rockets team is going to show up. James Harden could come out. And now that you added Westbrook, I think that's tough for the Clippers because now you're going to have Kawhi having to run around against James Harden. And Paul George is going to be on Westbrook. Westbrook's going to get Paul into some foul trouble.
But the thing about that is, if that's ever a matchup, man, I feel like Kawhi. I feel like he could
dominate that game.
Yeah, he's going to dominate that game, man. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It's a team effort, but I feel like, man, when it comes to his strength, I feel like people underestimate that when it comes to Kawhi's strength and the way he plays defense and lockdown and everything, he's just so textbook, man. I feel like he can shut a lot of players out, man. A lot of key players, 100%. He can shut them out, man, and shut them out. So I just want to see how all that unfolds, man. But I feel like I got to go with the Clippers, man. It was somebody I'm missing, though. It's the big dude with the dreads. Got his name, bro. My God, too.
Montrezl Harrell?
Montrezl Harrell, bro. You can't count Montrezl out. He's a dog. You know what I mean? And I feel like he gonna flip the switch right quick, too. So, I mean, them three, man, I feel like if they can get that chemistry. And wait a minute.
You have Sweet Lou, baby.
You still got the Lou. You got Lou. Come on, man. Hey, listen. I feel like they can make something happen. That's all I'm gonna say. So we just gonna see, man. We gonna see how it all unfolds.
I definitely am not counting out the Clippers anytime soon. My only worry for the Clippers is they have health issues. If they have to go through 3 very hard series, you're now having to have Kawhi guard the best player all 3 series. Now, Kawhi gets to a championship. What's he going to do? He's going to have to guard AD, LeBron. We've seen a track record of if Kawhi has to continually get beat up by all these best players. I mean, there was a lot of times in the championship last year that not a lot of people want to talk about, but Kawhi Leonard had a lot of people step up, and take some key defensive plays and some key shots. And that's not saying that you do it all by yourself. I'm a firm believer that in basketball is a team game, and a lot of people want to say it's a singular player or a 2-star game. No, it's not. You have to be a team in the playoffs, especially. A star can win you a couple of games, and a star can, like a Damian Lillard, he can win a couple of playoff games. But you have to have a great team around you in order to really push for that championship. So I think the only thing that I have to worry about if I'm a Clippers fan is health wise. If we have to go that hard road, going through OKC and some Rockets and people like it's going to be they're probably going to come on
Nuggets.
top, and you got the Nuggets who are not Jokic.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's seen that. Jokic is yacked. That man has now gotten jacked in this offseason. So
Jazz,
Utah. You've got some tough teams, man. And I'm worried that if the Clippers have to go through 3 hard series to make it to a championship, I don't know what gas they're going to have left in that tank. And, it's a hard road to take if you take it that way.
Yeah, no, I feel like you got a great point right there, man. But either way, I feel like we're going to come out with the win.
Well,
but then, wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. Don't count them Bucks out now.
Okay, I agree with that too. The Bucks are definitely a fear of mine as a LeBron fan. Here's the thing: if Giannis can come back, Giannis is going to have to become a shooter in these playoffs, hands down. We have seen the last 2 playoff series. He dominates the littler teams. Second, he gets to a team that makes him shoot. Giannis has struggled. He doesn't really have, even though I love Chris Middleton is not a give me the ball, I'm going to go get my bucket. Middleton is a, hey, I'm a spot up and find my spot to score when I need to. So that's we seen
Middleton become the dog, here and 100%. There. But if we can get that, man, if they can get that Middleton going, they'll be dangerous, man. But I definitely see what you're saying.
You got Vincenzo, you got George Hill that's playing well. I mean, the Bucks are pressed for a championship this year. And this could be, in light of all of the craziness of COVID, this could be one of the best NBA championships we have seen in years. I mean, you have the 2016 LeBron comeback 3-1, but other than that, there's not many big championships that I can remember as these could be some of the greatest championship games of all time. The last time we saw it was in 2016, but before that, there's not many championships that come to mind where I'm mind blown at what happened. We could have a Lakers Bucks or a Clippers Bucks or a Lakers Clippers. We could have literally what we want, what the people want to see, the best teams in the entire league going at it at full strength, well rested, healthy because of the COVID. So it's going to be an absolute blast. So there you have it. Yalen's going to go with the Clippers. I will mark you down. In a couple months, everybody that comes on the show, I'm gonna have a list for who's right and who's wrong.
Okay.
Yalen, thank you so much for coming on, man. And I'm going to give you this time. I appreciate
you, man.
Yalen has he sent me a bunch of his music that he's been doing. Man, this kid is not only talented, but he's going places with his music. He writes it all. He composes it. He raps it, he sings it. This kid does it all. So, Yalen, I kind of want to give you the platform. Let the people know what you've got going on in your music world right now.
Yeah, man. So, man, it's been a lot, man. It's been crazy, but all I know is, man, keep creating, stay focused, and stay motivated, stay positive, man. And I've been working on a lot of music, man. But one of the most recent songs I've dropped is Stand for Something, man. And I feel like it has a lot to do with the racism that's been going on and everything, you know what I'm saying, that's going on within the Black community, man. And just, I feel like for me, it was a song to just be able to express, you know what I'm saying, how I felt about the situation, man. And I feel like we need to put an end to all of it, man. I feel like it's been getting, as you've seen, man, George Floyd, you know what I mean? I watched that video, and man, it was just a feeling of just, like, you know what I mean? I was a little upset, but you know what I'm saying? I felt a little hopeless, man. It was just that feeling, man. You just get, man. I went numb, just sitting there watch for at least 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Just that whole thing going on, man. And after that, man, it wasn't, because it's been going on for a while, but it was kind of like, okay, this is, you know what I'm saying? So it's time for a change, man. And I'm loving how, you know what I'm saying, everybody's came together and protest, man, and, you know, coming out and protesting and standing for something, man. And I feel like that's what made me come up with that name, was just stand for something, because I feel like we've all been coming out and standing, you know what I'm saying, and fighting, you know what I'm saying, against what's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fighting against what's going on. And I feel like, man, it has to stop. You have to put a stop to it. And that's what Stand for Something is all about, man. And I'm getting a lot of great feedback from it, man. And
Yeah, I just listened to the song this morning. First off, it's powerful. It is awesome.
Yeah.